Welcome back to the channel, people. How are we all doing? Today I'm doing an unboxing by a company called UKING, and this is the wall wash, and it is the model number, the ZQ06140 RGB wall wash light. It has 168 0.2 watts LEDs. That's a lot of LEDs in there. 168 times 0.2 watts. That's a lot of LEDs in that fixture. You can do a lot of pixel mapping with that. Also, it is IP65, so it's quite happy to function outside in the rain because of its weather conditions. It's IP65, so it can take rain, it can take water. So it's equally happy indoors as it is outdoors. It has a 4-digit LED display. So do you know what? You know what time it is? It's time I get my scissors out and let's dive into it. I was quite fortunate that they had sent 2 of these fixtures out for me to review. So thank you very much, UKING. It has been very much appreciated. So we're going to dive inside. And always, you know how it works, ladies and gents out there. I like to do an unboxing, dive inside, see what you get, see what's included in the packaging, and we'll go through construction, build, what's it made out of, how well it's made, and how sturdy it is, and then we'll have a quick walk through the menus and power it up and see what it looks like. We've got some brackets in there as well by the sounds of it. So once again, just to recap, this is a light fixture from UKING. And just to go over the model number again, it is the ZQ06140 wall wash light. And of course it is IP65, so it's quite happy to function outdoors. It is quite a weighty fixture, I must say. That's what it looks like. Very weighty fixture. So inside the box, obviously we have the fixture, and we have one user manual. Let's stick that out of the way for now. And depending on the part, we have 2 brackets as well. 2 metal brackets, that is. Stick that out of the way as well. And we have a waterproof 3-pin XLR cable as well, and it is waterproof. You can see one end, it has a screw threaded, and the connection unit is recessed into that as well. And we have another weatherproof connection power lead as well. You can see it is heavy duty and it is weatherproof because it's quite got a sturdy end on it as well, which screws into the connection, so that will seal the connection to stop any water ingress from getting through. In the box, we've got a few thumb screw connections as well. We have 1 and 2. It looks like we've got a few spares as well. Yeah, we've got a few spare thumb screw connections. Right, let's take this packaging off the table. I'm only going to unbox 1 because obviously there's no need to do the 2 because they're identical. Right, let's get this out of the packaging. Oh, right, I've got to say at a glance, like I said previously, let's move these out of the way. Like I said previously, it is quite a weighty fixture. Are you ready for this? And that's the front of it. You can see it's built for, you can see it is actually literally, obviously built for outdoors use as well. And that is glass, ladies and gents. It's not plastic, it is glass. And you can see your LEDs all in a array there, and there are 168 of them, and it is of metal construction. It's all metal construction basically. The back, the top, the bottom, the sides are all metal construction, so there's no plastic parts here. The leads are actually built into the fixture, so you can't actually, let me move this out of the way, so you can't actually unplug the leads from the fixture. They're actually built into the fixture and screwed in, so there's no means of unplugging them. So we've got 2 ends basically. One is obviously your power and DMX cable in one end, and on the other end you've got your power and DMX cable link out going to your next fixture. So as I was saying previously, so this is your power lead. Because it's IP rating for outdoor use, everything's got to be watertight. So you've got a cap on one end. So you'll unscrew your waterproof cap. There we go. That's got to be the input end. So your power end. We will get there in the end. So here we go. So this is obviously your output end, because these are female. So that's female. So that's obviously your output end. And this is your power and DMX signal input end. So one end you've got your input power and DMX signal, and on the other end you've got your output power and DMX signal. So with the brackets attached, this is what it looks like. It's pretty straightforward, easy enough to attach the bracket. Let's just spin that over onto the front of it. So to attach the brackets, all you got to do, they come with a plastic washer. So you undo your thumb screw. That's all you got. So you got your thumb screw, you've got a little rubber washer in between. So attach it onto one end. Screw it in. Tighten it up, and you got your bracket. That's it. Exactly the same for the other end. So depending on how you wanted to mount this on your floor, shining up at your wall, you could have it at an angle. So you could have it slightly tilted that way towards the wall. So you do have a choice of how you can actually mount it. So if you wanted it fixed like that, you can have it angled, or you can have it straight up, or you can have it direction the other way. Like so. Tighten the screws up. So, and you can have it facing whichever way you wanted, basically. That's the with the brackets attached to it. So it gives you a fair number of degree on the angle as to how you want your light to project on that wall as well. So what we're going to do, ladies and gents and peeps, we're going to power this up, get some power running through it, and walk through the shows and the sound modes and see what it actually looks like. Just to bring it to your attention as well, so that you're aware, when connecting the two ends, the female and the male end together, there are two arrows on each end. So there's an arrow pointing towards the connections, and same on the other side as well. You've got to line them up. It's still going to be a very tight fit, because it needs to be, because it's an IP65, it's a waterproof fitting. So you line up the two arrows together to read each other, and you push them in, and that's it. It's in. So it's still a fairly tight connection, because it needs to be. And then you screw the cap on, and that screws in, and that seals the deal, seals the connection, so to speak. And that's how you power your power ends. You join the leads together, and it's exactly the same on the DMX end as well. I'll go over to this end so you can see, so it makes it easy. You've got a little small arrow. You won't be able to see it from where the camera is. You've got a little small arrow either end, and you line up the DMX end, both ends, the female and the male. Push them together, screw the cap in, and that's how you line the ends up. So let's put some power through this and see what we've got. So we're back once again. Before I proceed with the functionality of this unit and walking through the menus, I've got to give a big shout out to UKING for sending this out to me. It's been very much appreciated. I said they've reached out to me and said, would I like to review some of their fixtures, in which I kindly accepted, and that's why we're here today going through this fixture. So you know what, let's start and let's get to it, and let's walk through this menu and see what we've got. So the first once power up, the first default position in that list is actually the DMX address value. So it goes on to, as all fixtures do, going to the menu button. And the first one after the DMX address is CHD. And CHD stands for whether you want it to operate as 2-channel mode, 4-channel mode, 6-channel mode, 8-channel mode, 112-channel mode, or 114-channel mode. So you have various modes in which you can operate this channel, and if you're using a DMX controller, because it has the DMX capabilities, okay? And then the next mode after that is our color. So we got our red, green, and blue values. Where you can just if you go into the menu, so you go into your red menu, then you go into your sub menu in that, and then you can decrease the light level of each red, green, and blue colors. Going over to the next one. After that, I've got to go through the menu to walk through this. So We have U, which is the brighter the white will be. And after that, we have the RGBW colors, 4 colors to choose our strobe speed from. So if we go in, and that shows up as F, if we go into that, and you can see that adjusts our strobe speed. And you can slow that, bring that down to whatever speed you want. And that's our strobe speed. The next menu is going to be our color option. So once we've got our strobe turned off, we was back into our static colors without any strobe basically. So our next menu is menu number 8 basically, which takes us on to CL16 in the manual, which is a range from 1 to 16, and that literally is our color output. So it allows us to choose from colors between 1 and 16. So let's go through them. Let's start at the beginning. So here's our first color, second color, third, seventh color. I'm not sure how this looks in the camera, so you should be able to see it okay basically, because I've got the fixture angled to a certain position, so it shouldn't kind of like blind the camera, so you should be able to see that okay. So we're up to color number 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. So those are our colors. Moving on to the next menu, which is our color jump. So what this does is jump from color to color, and it does it quite quickly, so it's not a fade. So going to our next menu, and within that menu again you can select the speed at which you want the color to jump. So once I'm in that color jump menu, I press enter again, and to slow it down, as you can see it's slowing down, I'll just decrease the speed in which color jumps from color to color. Our next menu is going to be color gradient, which is a fade. Again, once I'm in that menu, I can press the enter button, and we can speed up that fade if we wanted to. As you can see, our fade is getting faster. Let's speed it up a bit more. There we go. There we go. Let's speed it up. As you can see, the speed and the fade now is increasing. The higher the number, and we have an option between 0 and 15. 0 being no fade, 15 being a fast fade. Let's take that up to 15. There we go. That's a fast fade. So that's the fastest speed at which it will fade at. Going on to the next menu, which is on the LED display, is noted as CP09, and within that we have a range of 0 to 15, and that's a color pulse. So the range speed of that is from 0, which is no pulse, 15 being the fastest. At the moment we're on 15, so that's the fastest. So we can take that down if we wanted to, slow that pulse down. As you can see, the further down we go with the value is the slower it pulses. Number 12 is the effects. So within that effects, we have 2 menus. We have the effects type, which I'll class as the inbuilt effects, and we have the speed at which we can adjust that effects. So let's start with effects number 1 and work our way up. So I'm not going to adjust the speed because we'll whiz through this because there's quite a bit to go through. So that's effects number 1, effects number 2, effects 3, effects 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is just like a building block effect, so it just adds on to the next one till the block increases. Effect number 9, that's quite a nice nifty effect, back and forth, color changing, sweeping. Effects 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and finally 15, the last built-in show effect. After that, we have our sound to light menu. Within that sound active mode, we have two menus to go into. One of them would be the sensitivity, and that ranges from 1 to 15. And the other mode within that sound active setting is our sound mode. So we have two shows to choose from, which is show 0 and show 1. So this is what show 1 looks like, sound active mode, and you'll have to excuse the primitive way I'm doing this, which is just tapping the side of the fixture. So that's our sound active show number 1, and this is our sound active show number 2, which just cycles through all the colors basically. So that is pretty much our sound active mode, and it does have some nice shows. I've got to say the shows are quite nice, and it is a very bright fixture. It's very nice, very nice indeed. So this is the UKING, and the model number for this, if you want to have a look on it on their website, is the ZQ06140. What I will do, I would leave a link in the description to their website, and also a link in the description to this particular product. Okay, it is IP65, so you can use it outdoors as well. It's not phased by a bit of rain, a bit of water. So if you want to, for example, light up the entrance to a function venue externally, and it might be raining unfortunately on that day, you might want to use an IP fixture such as this basically. Once again, I've got to give a big shout out to UKING for sending this over to me. It has been very much appreciated, and guys, I will be using this at a function so you can get to see what it looks like in the flesh. For that, to be notified, you know what you need to do. You need to click that subscribe button and ring that bell so you get further notifications of all gig logs coming up in the future. And once again, I've got to thank you for subscribing to the channel. It has been very much appreciated, and I've got to send a big shout out to UKING for sending this out to me. Have a look at their website, see what else they've got on there. They do have a lot of fixtures on their website, and then you never know, there might be just something on there for you. Until the next time, ladies and gents, I will see you with probably another unboxing and also a gig log or two. Who knows what's coming up. Keep it locked into Collins Mobile Disco. Until then, I will see you all soon.